Welcome to part one of the Canadian Rockies and the Alaskan Inside Passage Escorted Holiday with Signature Journeys. This 20-day experience will take you by road, rail and sea as we embark on a holiday that's certainly one for the bucket list. This week we'll be visiting the capital of British Columbia, Victoria. Here we'll enjoy spectacular waterside experiences and visit the world-renowned Butchart Gardens. It's simply spectacular. It's then on to Vancouver and all aboard the iconic Rocky Mountaineer. This 2-day rail journey has postcard-worthy moments around every turn. It's impossible to take a bad picture. This is truly a nature lover's paradise. With us will be a keen group of travellers ready for the experience of a lifetime. Now to find out about the travel company that tailor-makes Signature Journeys escorted holidays, we caught up with Brett Dan.
So I started in travel in 1984 and worked with my business partner Helga Saxara. We worked together closely. In 1999 we decided that we could do things differently, we could do things better, we could actually offer a far more personalised and authentic experience. Today we have 18 locations trading as Hello World, RACT Travel, Cruise Travel Centre and our Signature Journeys division and great events all based here in Newcastle. We were very, very proud and very fortunate in 2014 and 2015 twice, for 2 years running, to win the coveted prize of Australia's Best Travel Agency.
We begin our journey in Victoria, the capital of British Columbia, followed by a short cruise across to Vancouver. It's here we join the Rocky Mountaineer and travel to Kamloops for an overnight stay. Then it's on to Banff, where we disembark. From Banff we take a coach to Lake Louise and on to Jasper, Sun Peaks and Whistler. Then it's back to Vancouver, where we board the Coral Princess for a cruise through the Alaskan Inside Passage. The accommodation on this escorted holiday with Signature Journeys is one of the highest standard. The rooms are spacious with all the amenities you'd expect in a quality hotel.
Fabulous accommodation, look, you couldn't ask for anything better. It's up there, it's top class. You walk in, your bags are in your room. From the time you start this tour to the time you finish, you don't touch your bags.
Now, Kev Callaway from 2NURFM is the special guest on this Signature Journey with Hello World. Now, your radio station is local in Newcastle. It's a very popular radio station.
Newcastle, Hunter Valley, yeah.
Fantastic. But for our national audience, tell us a bit about what you do.
As little as possible, but with my boss here watching, my role is drive announcer. So I start on air at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and work through till 8 p.m. And I also get to play with the music the radio station plays.
What do you love about touring?
Ooh, it's meeting so many new people, because particularly here in Canada they are just so friendly. But it's seeing things that I've only ever seen on picture postcards or on travel shows like yours. You see them now, all of a sudden they're real. They're very real, and it's such a wonderful thing to do. For
sure. Now we've got about 75 people on this tour with us, and I swear every single one of them is here. I mean, obviously because it's Canada or Alaska, it's fabulous, but they all love you. They're here because you're the special guest. Are you having a good time mingling with them?
Absolutely. It's nice to meet listeners, people who listen to us. They have the feeling they know us, although we don't get to know them. But this is the opportunity for us to do just that. We get to meet them, spend time with them, and they really feel such a passion for the radio station. It's their radio station and they belong to it. And it's such a wonderful thing to be able to reach out, although we can't see them, but we can reach out, we can touch them on a daily basis with things we do, things we say and things we play.
On the southern tip of Vancouver Island, you'll find Victoria, the capital of British Columbia. It's a friendly, fun and exciting city where you'll discover adventure, history, delicious dining, gorgeous gardens and so much more. With some time to spend at our own leisure, many choose to enjoy a horse and carriage ride and a relaxing walk along the waterfront. I decided to catch one of these cute water taxis to appreciate the harbour from a different perspective. Now it's time to indulge in one of Victoria's most magnificent traditions, tea at the Empress. You'll be treated like a royal with spectacular surroundings, impeccable service, custom-made china and delicious treats. This is one experience not to be missed. Throughout its history, the Fairmont Empress has played host to kings, queens, movie stars and other celebrities. Inside, you'll find shopping and a fabulous dining space where our group enjoyed a delightful social get-together. Victoria is also a picture-perfect city by night, ideal for a romantic walk with your loved one. The next day, it's all aboard the coach for a scenic drive to the Butchart Gardens, now a designated natural historic site of Canada. Josh, tell us about the history of the Butchart Gardens. How long has it been here for?
The Butchart Gardens have been around for over 100 years. So we started in 1904, originally as a limestone quarry, and we made Portland cement, and Mrs. Butchart transformed this into what is now famous gardens.
Fantastic. And is it still family owned and run?
Good question. The Butchart Gardens is still family owned, family run by the great granddaughter of the Butchart family.
Fabulous. And you've got 55 acres of stunning floral displays. How long do people need to see everything?
It's 55 acres, absolutely. It takes, there's almost 2 kilometers of trail, and we'd recommend a minimum of 2 to 3 hours to walk around the gardens.
And are the gardens themed?
Well, there's no set theme. It is a display garden, but we have a number of gardens such as the Sunken Garden, the Italian Garden, the Rose Garden, and the Bog Garden. So many areas to see.
And you also have some restaurants on site if people want to have a coffee or a muffin or something.
Very good, yes. Have you had a chance to try any?
Not yet, but I will.
Excellent. We have 3 restaurants and we serve the afternoon tea, which is served every single day in the original home of the Butchart family.
So much to see and do. You could spend all day there and still not see it all. It was lovely. A lot of photo opportunities. I've taken a lot of photos and I've seen a lot of photos and they're absolutely beautiful. They've come out lovely. I've never had a high tea before and it was absolutely beautiful. Thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it. I've met a lot of people on the tour. I've sort of tried to mingle with quite a few. Haven't got around many yet, but the ones I have been absolutely lovely. And what makes it really nice is most of these people are really from around the area that we live. So people that you can actually keep in touch with when the tour's over.
Oh, I love the gardens. Not being a gardener, I was a little bit apprehensive about going to the gardens, but the Butchart Gardens were absolutely glorious.
Amazing.
Magnificent.
Really amazing.
Never really seen anything like that before in my life.
Oh, Chateau Victoria.
Marvellous.
Marvellous.
Yes.
We couldn't get over the size of the rooms, and the staff were very, very friendly.
Yeah, very friendly.
And very helpful.
We've had 2 different bus drivers, both excellent. The commentary is superb.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's all aboard BC Ferries for a short cruise to Vancouver. Vancouver's an exciting city with lots of fun and interesting things to discover.
Manuela is joining us now from Vancouver Foodie Tours. Talk to us a bit about what your company does.
Well, we host tourists and locals alike. We bring them around to different food trucks. So we just like to showcase the wonderful food scene that Vancouver has to offer.
Fantastic. And how many food trucks would you visit in your tours?
Generally, on one tour, we will visit 4 food trucks and we have 5 tastings.
And here we're at Japadog, is that right?
We are at Japadog.
I'm going to try one of these.
This is the Kurobuta Terimeo. Please help yourself. So Japadog is one of the the pioneers of the gourmet street food scene here in Vancouver. It all started with Noriki Tamura. He's the owner and he moved to Vancouver from Tokyo, Japan. When he moved here, he wanted to open a street-side crepe stand, but he wasn't allowed to because the city was under some archaic bylaws. You were not allowed to serve anything other than hot dogs, chestnuts, popcorn, and ice cream.
Wow.
So during that time, Noriki developed this menu of Japanese fusion hot dogs, which really set him apart from the rest of the vendors. And he became a local celebrity and an international sensation.
Time to walk off our first tasting experience and onto a one-of-a-kind taco food truck, Taco Fino.
Okay, so Malia, this is Chris, the truck captain, and he's serving up the signature Baja-style fish taco. It's made with a crispy ling cod fish. It is fried and topped with chipotle mayo, some shredded cabbage, salsa fresca, and a bit of lime on top. So after a fine fish taco, we love to finish off with their chocolate Diablo cookie. This is a double chocolate cookie. It is made with cayenne pepper and ginger, topped with milk chocolate, salt, and sugar sprinkles.
Now, if you love a delicious toasty, the next food truck is definitely the stop for you.
So I began this truck for one reason only, and that was my daughter, Maxine. I used to cater for movies, and then once I had her, I knew I would never see her again. So I had the truck, and I thought, what does everyone like in Vancouver? It's grilled cheese. So I started with that, and I've got the basics like I had today. We had the sourdough with the cheddar and the bacon, but we have a different special every week, and sometimes they get a little elaborate. You can put anything in between two pieces of bread, so it's so fun. Yeah.
This next food truck is one of the most popular in Vancouver. Now, I love my Indian fare, and this stop doesn't let me down. It's the perfect way to end our walking tour.
Just a 20-minute drive from downtown Vancouver, you'll find Grouse Mountain, a mountain playground that has a little something for everyone, and Julia is joining us now. Tell us about some of your top attractions.
This summer we are focusing on all the activities around flight. That is our theme this summer, and we have our Birds in Motion demonstration, which involves eagles and hawks and raptors, and guests get to see what they do best. Some free flight, which is quite exciting to watch. We also have 2 resident grizzly bears who live here on the top of Grouse Mountain at the Grouse Mountain Refuge for Endangered Wildlife. Their names are Grinder and Kula, and they are always fun to see.
Devon is the wildlife manager here at Grouse Mountain. Now, these grizzlies behind us, you've known them since they were very little. Tell us a bit about them.
Yeah, that's right. I've worked with these guys most of their lives. This is Grinder, who's behind us here. They were both, and Kula's around somewhere here, they were both found in 2001, and they were both orphaned out in the wild. So Kula's mom had been struck and killed by a large vehicle, and he was found waiting by her side, and by some conservation officers brought him in and had nowhere to go at that time. Around the same time, Grinder was found wandering alone by himself in the woods. He'd been separated from his mother somehow, and he only weighed 10 pounds, so he was emaciated, basically starving to death and unable to look after himself. And both of them needed a place to go, because at the time, nobody was raising and rehabilitating grizzly bears, so they had limited options. They could go to zoos or they could be euthanized. And so Grouse stepped in and said, well, why don't we build a more natural refuge here so that we can raise grizzly bears in an environment that they would be in the wild, and watch what young cubs need to survive, so that we can learn and hopefully we can help future bears.
For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website. Or visit our website to check out more places to eat, play and stay. For day-to-day updates, there's also our Facebook page. Now don't go away, there's still plenty more to come.
Well, it's time to leave Vancouver now and hop on board the Rocky Mountaineer, an iconic, world-famous, luxurious train that takes you on an unforgettable journey through Canada's West. It's undoubtedly the best way to experience the Canadian Rockies.
An early morning start finds us in the train terminal, where the atmosphere is abuzz and full of anticipation. The service is welcoming, and there's plenty of entertainment and shopping whilst you wait to board. As the bagpipe begins, we all gather for the inaugural whistle blowing to signal the official boarding call. It's only a few moments into our journey, and the scenery is just breathtaking. Now, on board the Rocky Mountaineer, you can choose between silver or gold leaf seating arrangements.
By booking the Gold Leaf service, you're securing yourself the ultimate in comfort and the best vantage point for photo opportunities along the way.
As the rail journey continues, we cross countless bridges and waterways, lush green countryside and mountainous scenery.
So Bill, the Canadian Rockies are so iconic. What are the advantages of seeing them by train rather than by foot or by car, for example?
Oh, well, from the train, the biggest advantage is the comfort here on board the train. So you can see the big panoramic windows. So we're very close to the mountains, but relaxing here with lots of leg room and great service, and it's also safe to be inside away from the bears too. So.
And can the train go places that a car or somebody on foot can't go?
Exactly, actually that's one of the real benefits of taking the train, is that the railway was built here first, before the highways, and so quite often we have the best route, the best scenery. We're always really near water, but definitely the train route goes places the highway does not go.
And tell us about the journey. Where do we start? Where do we finish? What do we see along the way?
Okay, sure, yeah. So today we started in Vancouver. We started in the rainforest. So it's a West Coast temperate rainforest. We make our way up through the Fraser Canyon, which we're going through now. And then we'll finish the first day in the desert. It's a semi-arid desert plateau. And then we begin the second day in that desert plateau. We transition through to the Columbia Mountains, and then finally the Rocky Mountains. So it's quite a change of scenery over the 2 days.
Absolutely. And how fast does the train go?
We average 30 miles per hour.
And does it slow down or speed up at certain points along the way?
It does, yeah. We'll slow down for scheduled highlights, and we'll announce to everyone we're coming up to a very important viewpoint. We slow it down to just 1 or 2 miles per hour for slow speed for photos. And then we do speed up to about 60 miles per hour on straight track, and that's for short, very short sections.
And the staff seems so friendly. They're full of stories. Is that part of it, all the storytelling along the way?
Yes, that's a really big part of it, is the staff training for knowing the scenery that they're going through, knowing the history, and really we love to hire the staff for having a great attitude, and then we teach them all the stories about the areas that they travel through.
Kev, the Rocky Mountaineer, it's iconic, it's world famous. Has it lived up to your expectations?
So far it has, it's just spectacular. The scenery is nothing like we have at home in Australia, and it is that picture postcard we see all the time, or we see the travel shows, but it's real. It really is.
Absolutely. And you've done a lot of travel. Is this up there with, the best experience?
Yeah, absolutely. It just is, and it's not just the scenery. The people in Canada are unbelievably polite. They're annoyingly polite. It is just, they are wonderful, and it is one of the most spectacular places in the world.
I was going to say the Canadians, they sort of apologise even when they've done nothing wrong.
Sure, you can stand on their foot and they'll say, oh, sorry.
Sorry for getting in your way. Lots of photo opportunities. Have you been out there with taking happy snaps?
Yeah, the happy snaps are going crazy. Could you imagine how many photos have been taken of all of this country over the years?
Yeah.
You could never add it up.
No, it's incredible.
So many wonderful memories.
And whenever they give us a clue that something, amazing's coming up, does everyone, I've sort of seen people run out to the vestibule.
Yep.
Is everyone just tipping to one side and then fighting for a good spot?
Yep, river on the right, bridge on the left. So you think the train's rocking because of the tracks? It's not, it's the tourists. Whoa, left, right, yeah.
Now there are about 70 odd people here, 70 odd people, hang on, let me rephrase that. Yeah. There are about 70 people here who all want a bit of your attention. Are you getting around, having a chat to everybody?
Yeah, trying to, and it's really quite nice because these people listen to our radio station and they've all got great stories to tell. They've all got wonderful backgrounds, and it's just wonderful to talk to everybody and just learn where they're from, why they're here, how they're enjoying it. Yeah, it's just one of those extra added benefits I get by being on the trip.
Better than I thought it was going to be is that fact that every corner you go round there's something new, and it's even from the different colours of the water as you come through. It's just really spectacular. I've been taking tons of photos, and the whole stack of video. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I get home. Yeah. There's going to be so much that I'm going to have to edit, but it really is exciting. These people are just so caring from start to finish. They look after you from the moment that you get on the train until the moment that you get off. There's nothing that you ever want for, and this carriage with its view is just spectacular. It's a great place to be. I wouldn't do it any other way. And the great part is that you can get up and down the aisles and talk to people, and you can find out where they're from and what they're doing and what they like about it, and they all have different views about their favourite part. But in the main, it's that same thing. It's just that the experience overall of seeing this incredible, pristine area is just magnificent.
Well, after a spectacular day on board the Rocky Mountaineer, travelling from Vancouver to Kamloops, it's time to hop off, have a great night's sleep in the hotel, and then get ready to board the train again tomorrow morning for day 2. And for your convenience, your luggage has been taken straight to the hotel room, you've been checked in, and your room key's been given to you on board the train, so you literally don't have to do a thing. For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website. Or visit our website to check out more places to eat, play and stay. For day-to-day updates, there's also our Facebook page. Now don't go away, there's still plenty more to come. After a relaxing night in Kamloops, we board the Rocky Mountaineer once again for another day of scenic splendour and memorable moments. JP is joining us now, and he's the executive chef on the Rocky Mountaineer. How do you cook such spectacular, beautiful quality food in your little kitchens?
Well, you've seen how little the kitchens are, and it's quite a logistical feat, you know, to kind of try to achieve what we do on board with working in a galley that's 18 by 8, that's in feet, so that would be about 4 meters by 1.8 meters. We do about 70 guests in that small space, and we have up to 3 chefs working in that environment as well.
You have so many different people on board with dietary requirements and different tastes. How do you cater for everybody?
Well, again, at the beginning of each day, before we start any shift on board, we identify with our team of hosts on board, which guest has a dietary requirement. It varies, greatly from, sometimes it's a health-related diet, sometimes it's a personal diet. And we make sure that our chef gets communicated to that, and then they'll work towards filling this requirement.
Is there a particular cuisine that you stick to, or is it quite broad?
Well, no, our main date on board Rocky Mountaineer is to showcase our local produce, our local products. We live in British Columbia, and British Columbia, as you know, has a wonderful array of seafood, and we have beautiful meats as well from our farms in Alberta and BC. So we use local product as much as possible, which is about 95% of our offerings, and of course we live in Canada. You have to be, mindful of the fact that, we don't grow pineapples, even so sometimes we serve fresh food on board, but, like 95% is, locally sourced, locally, inspired as well. I mean, we showcase Western Canadian cuisine, which is, similar to what you'd find in Australia. You have indigenous, kind of cuisine as well now in Australia. We have the same in Canada.
What's the difference in the food service between gold leaf and silver leaf?
Well, there's quite a difference between gold leaf and silver leaf. As you can see, gold leaf is more of a restaurant setting, where you have, a dining room or guest comes down actually for their meal service. And then we have a galley with their personal chefs that will cook to order. Where in silver leaf, it's more a seatside service. Where it's very similar to what you'd find on some better airlines first class service, where you have a trolley in the aisle, and we have large casseroles with like vegetables and different meats and other things, and then people basically come and they choose what they want, and then we plate it in front of them inside the car.
This is a tick off the bucket list, as they say. We've done quite a lot of travelling. This is something that people keep saying, you can't take a bad photo. They're spot on, absolutely spot on. But it's just the contrast between the colours. The snow-capped mountains that just keep running through, the greenery, and then the blue in the water. It's just magnificent, and we're so close to it as well. They're crazy if they don't do it. And train is a great way, but they do it in a speed that you can see it as you go through. And of course they slow down when we get to really good parts as well. So yeah, they're very, very considerate like that.
This, without a doubt, has got to be one of the greatest adventures of my life. This has been on my radar for some probably 30 years, and I'm very fortunate that I've been given the opportunity to come and experience this amazing country. I think the tour it gives you a good insight into the history of the country. It gives you a better understanding, a greater appreciation, and I think it's far more rewarding, without a doubt, far more rewarding doing it this way.
Anyone that wants to come to Canada and Alaska, put it on your bucket list, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. It's as good as it gets. The scenery, I'm a horrible photographer, and everything comes out picture postcard perfect. It is just fabulous.
For more information on Signature Journeys' next Rockies and the Inside Passage departure, and for other Signature Journeys destinations, visit their website. Or visit our website to check out more places to eat, play and stay. For day-to-day updates, there's also our Facebook page.
Well, that's all we have time for this week on Eat, Play and Stay. We hope you've enjoyed part 1 of our Rockies and the Inside Passage escorted holiday with Signature Journeys. Tune in next week as we bring you part 2 from Canada and Alaska. See you then.